In this quantum healing session, the client learns the importance of needing to regulate herself. She regressed back to some various times in childhood in order to see them from a different perspective and understand how she's carried them forward into this time of her life now. There was a lot of healing involved. It was a beautiful session. I hope that you enjoy listening, and please leave any feedback. Thanks.
I'm in just nature, but it has a mixture of everything: trees, rivers, oceans, and just beautiful, beautiful colors in the sky, like purple and blue and green, and just like glowing colors in the sky. I can hear the water like of a stream. I hear laughter and birds. I can see deer.
What are they doing?
They're just walking they're just walking around. From a distance, I can see the mountains and the snow. I see eagles.
There are trees around you?
There was, and now I feel like I see space, like almost like different colors of all the different planets. I see the stars.
Are you looking up at this?
Like standing in it.
You feel like you're in the space.
Yeah, like I could see how I walked from the forest to the mountains to space. It's like they're all just circling, but all connected.
You can see the whole path.
Yeah, it's not like a straight path. If you look straight, it's like you would have to keep turning in a circle to see different sections of it. But all pretty and peaceful.
What do you like about this?
I like that I can see that it's all beauty and it's all peaceful and calm, quiet.
And by yourself?
Yes. Other than like the deer are just following me, like watching me.
So you're on the ground?
Yes.
What else is around you on the ground?
It's odd because one part of my body is in space and the other part of my body is touching like the grass. It's like I'm standing on the borderline of both. But I can hear the river, almost like water hitting rocks, but like a soft, soothing sound.
You can hear it.
Yes.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
Where is it coming from? The river.
It's not showing me. It's just showing me grass to the river and birds flying above it.
You had said you could see mountains in the distance.
Yes, the snow, like the tops of them.
Is it a flat area that you're in?
It's like, yes, it's flat. It's just like if you were to go to a park and walk through the woods, except way prettier.
Is it somewhere you've seen before?
I feel like it is somewhere I've seen, not in person, but through like card reading or meditation.
No worries in a place like that.
It's weird because now it's going away and I can see airplanes and it's getting dark and I don't know where they're going, but
The airplanes?
Yeah. It's just like almost like I'm standing, and every way I turn, I see something different of the earth.
Describe that for me.
It's almost like it's like I'm near or in a volcano, but I can see lava from a distance.
Is it clear?
It's black and red and
The lava is?
yes,
Okay.
it's almost like just showing me its beauty. It's like I could touch it, but it's also telling me that will hurt, don't touch it.
Hmm.
But just like look at my beauty.
You said you saw planes also.
Yeah, almost like jets. Um, Not like a plane you would fly in,
Hmm.
or obviously fly in all of them, but
What are they doing?
they're just circling back and forth through the air, but they're not like doing really anything other than flying.
How's that making you feel?
Curious, like what are they doing? Are they just sightseeing? Do they have a mission? Am I in their way? Because they keep going back and forth, but they're not doing anything, just flying back and forth.
Can you look down at the ground for me?
Yes,
What do you see?
I see grass, and it's like my right side can see just like a black space, but then my right side sees all the beauty that I was seeing earlier with the river and the grass and the deer.
The different sides of you feel like you're seeing different things.
Yeah, it's like half of my body can see what was space, but now it just looks like black, like a black ball. And the other side of me, it's like both feet are touching, one foot's touching one side and the other foot is touching the other. Like I'm in the black space and I'm in the grass.
You can see your feet.
Yes.
What do they look like?
I'm wearing tennis shoes and blue jeans, and I can't really see what my shirt is.
Are you carrying anything?
I can't see it clearly, but I feel like I'm carrying a book,
A book. Okay.
like in my left arm.
Well, look at that book and see if you can see it more clearly.
It's just a book, and it says life, and it's like I can see me flipping through all the pages, and it's like all those beautiful colors I was seeing almost just like shining through the book so bright.
The colors are?
Yeah,
What kind of colors?
there's greens and blues and purple, almost like if you were at like a church looking through the windows and the sun hits it. It's like that's how it's shining through the book.
All of the pages are like that?
Except for the cover. The cover's just black.
You're carrying this book?
Yes.
Why?
Don't know. It's like it's a puzzle, and it's like it's a puzzle and I have to put it together. And it's like not like a regular book, like it's like all the pieces are glass.
The book?
Yes.
The book is made of pieces that are glass?
Yes. It's like each page is a glass slate, and there's no words, it's just vibrant colors.
And you move through these pages?
Yeah, I can see myself flipping through them and I don't see any words. I just see different beautiful colors, but each page is like glass, like you can see through it, but it's like colors just glowing off of the pages.
How is this making you feel?
The cover makes me feel sad, but the pages make me feel happy. Like I feel like I could cry, like I'm holding this book that has everything I need to know, but the front of it looks so scary, but the inside is just so beautiful.
Why does the front look scary?
It's just dark and black, and my name on it just says life, but it's like there's no elegance to the cover. It's just simple.
But that's scary.
A little bit.
We're sad.
Yeah. It's like looking at it feels sad, but then looking through the pages feels really peaceful.
So does it make you want to continue looking at it?
Yeah, it's like making me curious, like, is it more than just colors? Or is there a way is the cover supposed to be black? Or does it need a glow like the rest of the book?
What do you think?
I think the cover needs to glow like the rest of the book.
Why isn't it glowing?
I think it's like doubt that I can't make it shine.
Why not?
I don't know, I'm just like staring at it.
You're holding this book?
Yes,
How big is it?
it's like it's like if you were holding a kid's book, but with all the sounds and pictures and how big it is. And it's like I can see my hands holding it and getting warmer and warmer.
It makes your hands warm.
Yeah, almost like it's like my hands are like a light bulb that they just there's a glitch and they're just waiting to light up.
Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes me feel like I can be my own light. I just have to trust in myself.
You don't?
I want to, but I feel like something is like holding me down from trusting in myself. I just don't know what that is.
Can you see the sky from where you are?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to do something that might sound a little strange. I want you to float up to the sky and sit on a cloud.
Okay.
You find a cloud?
Yep.
Tell me what that feels like to sit on a cloud.
It feels like it makes me want to laugh, but out of happiness. Like it feels joyful. Like I'm sitting on the cloud, but I don't feel like I'm so high up in the sky, but I can see the river and the grass and the animals, and almost like if I was to jump off the cloud, it's like just jumping off of one little step.
Yeah, and it's holding you
Yes.
like magic.
Yes.
Some people think it feels like cotton or feathers.
Almost feels, yeah, like chicken feathers. Like so soft and fluffy. But
Very comfortable.
yeah,
Lay back on that cloud and just let it absorb all of your weight. It's such a beautiful, wonderful feeling. It's like you don't have any weight at all. Are you coming off of the cloud yet?
yes, I'm on the ground.
What do you see?
I see my grandma's house and her yard and the road, almost like what it looked like 30 years ago.
Can you describe it for me?
The house is a trailer, and there's cows and a bull, horses, flowers, tons of trees, and I can just see myself just walking through the property barefooted. I can see cats running around, like little kittens playing. I can see my grandpa pulling up in the driveway in his old truck.
What does his truck look like?
Is a two-door brown and gold Ford truck that makes backfired noises all the time. Mm-hmm. And I can see my cousins and my sister playing in the yard. My grandma's sitting in the house, going through her things.
What are you doing?
I'm just walking and watching everyone, almost like I'm just taking it in. But I also have this like overwhelming feeling of like I could cry at the same time.
Why?
Almost like that was like a really peaceful moment.
Yeah.
And I can see my mom walking into the trailer saying, "Hey mom, I'm here," like to her mom. Almost like it was a simple time. It's like no one sees me. I'm just walking around, just looking at everything. I'm barefooted and I can see me walking through and like touching the trees. And I'm just like wandering, looking at just everything around us.
You get a sense of how old you are?
I'm probably like, oh gosh, like between 8 and 12, but I feel like probably more like 8.
You're walking around barefoot?
I'm barefoot and I'm in like cut off overalls. My hair was really short. I'm missing a tooth. I don't know why.
But you're just walking around.
Yep, I'm just like walking in the backyard, looking at the cows, looking at the horses, and just it's like almost like I'm admiring the beauty and simplicity of the animals, but like also like feeling alone at the same time.
Why do you feel alone?
I don't know, it's like I'm watching everyone have fun and laugh and play, and I can see in the house and my mom and my grandma talking, and it's just like I don't even know. And it's like looking in the window, I can't hear what my grandma's saying, but I can like see that she's crabbing at my mom for something.
Do you want to know what she's saying?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to go inside or do you want to listen to her from where you are?
Kind of where I am. I feel like she's telling her like, not again. What are you talking about? And my mom's just standing there with this look like why are you getting so upset? Why are you like being sassy and mean to me?
That's what your grandmother's saying?
That's what my mom is like saying to my grandma. And I can just see me like I'm watching, but I'm hiding at the same time so they don't see me. But I can see that my mom does see me, but she's not wanting to let my grandma know that I'm there.
Your mom sees you though.
Yeah, like she's like almost like, oh my gosh, she sees us bickering and like she doesn't want to do it in front of me, but she also knows I've probably already seen more than she realized. My grandma's just not stopping. She's just, I don't know what she's saying. It sounds like just like womp, womp, womp. Like, it's almost like her words are just, they're like piercing my mom.
Are her words important?
I don't think the words are important. I think it's just how my mom's feeling in the moment.
What is she feeling?
Disappointed. Like, almost like she went in to tell her something good, and then my grandma totally dismissed whatever she was saying. And I can tell my mom's smiling at me like everything's okay, but it's like I can see through her, and I can see that she's actually really, really sad.
You know she's sad.
Yeah,
There's something else you need to see here?
I don't think so. My mom's just walking away and went outside. She's just telling us kids, okay, let's go. Like nothing ever happened in there, but definitely did.
And you saw it.
Yes.
How'd that make you feel?
It made me feel frustrated at my grandma and sad for my mom. Like I can see myself as a kid just running up and hugging her.
Hugging your mom.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you need to see here?
I don't think I need to see anything else.
Let's leave that scene. And let's move forward or backward to an important day. A day you consider to be important when something is happening. We've now moved to that important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm graduating high school, and I can't find my mom at the bleachers, and I just am like sitting in my cap and gown in my seat looking around, and I don't see anybody that's supposed to be there for me, except I do see my sister waving at me, almost like, hey, I'm here. And I can see my brother-in-law.
How's that making you feel?
um Sad that this chapter of my life is like over, and it's supposed to be exciting, and I don't see anyone but my sister and her husband, and almost like the feeling of I'm used to this, but I didn't expect like this day of all days for them to not show up.
They've done that before.
Yeah. And I feel like my mom, it's like I feel like she was there, but whenever when I'm looking for, it's like I can't see her, but she can see me. But didn't wait, nothing, just left.
What else do you need to see here?
I see me hugging my brother-in-law and my sister, and them just joking around with me, and uh, an ex-boyfriend could see me get in his car and trying to make light of the situation.
Why?
I think he could sense like that I was hurting, but I wasn't showing it, or I wasn't talking about it.
About your parents not being there.
Yeah.
But your sister was there.
Yes.
And that made you feel good.
Yes.
And your brother-in-law.
Yes. It made the moment feel still special, even though like the person I really wanted to hug wasn't there.
Who was that?
both my mom and my brother.
Your brother wasn't there either.
Mm-mm. Not that I can see.
Yeah. Something else you need to see here?
I don't think so.
Let's move from that scene to another important day. A day you consider to be important when something is happening. We've now moved to that important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I don't know what was happening. I just see myself at like 15 or 16 years old sitting in my parents' backyard crying. But the neighbor dog is comforting me and I'm petting her and I can like hear my parents fighting in the house and um, I think I was just trying to get away from it or hide from it. And I could just feel the presence of the dog. She's like just comforting me while I'm petting her. And I can't remember, it was just a really beautiful day. And I just remember thinking like, it's such a beautiful day. Why are people wasting their time yelling and fighting and being angry?
That's what you're thinking about.
In that moment I was.
What else is happening
I
here?
can see my brother playing. Like he's just doing his thing, playing, being a kid. But almost like he knows our parents are fighting, but like it's almost just like so normal to him that I see him come up to me, he's like, "Hey sissy, let's play." And he can tell I'm upset, but he doesn't ask. He just he just sits with me and we're playing with his trucks and um we just stayed outside as long as possible and until we see my mom come out and calm.
Are you playing with him?
Yeah, we're just like sitting on the grass. He's showing me whatever toys he's got. And I'm laughing with him, but also like pretending like he didn't just see me upset because I didn't want to upset him.
And then your mom came out?
Yeah, she didn't like come to us, but she just walked outside through the driveway just like she was gonna go do busy work in the yard. Like she doesn't even know if we were listening to what was happening.
What are you thinking as she does that?
I'm thinking like, why why did you just go from like why are you letting him treat you like that? And why are you not checking on us? Like why are you not seeing if we're okay? And why do we always have to hide our feelings in front of him and our emotions
In front of who?
in front of my stepdad?
Because you see her doing that?
I think so. That's why we would hide outside so he could see that we were so upset, because then he would get even more angry the fact that we were upset that they were fighting.
How is that making you feel?
Angry and confused. In that moment, I felt like I know this isn't supposed to be normal, but is this normal? And like, how do I explain this to my brother? Because I know no adult in our family would.
You feel like you need to?
Yeah, I felt like I was protecting him by acting like everything was okay. But I think that almost made him probably question things more.
What do you mean?
Like I was the person that he knew would tell him the truth. So if he asked me a question about why they're fighting, if I said I didn't know but I really did, I think it was like him almost feeling like, well, she really doesn't know if she's saying she doesn't know. But deep down I did. And I think he started to figure that out. So it's almost like, why do I have all these adults around me not telling me the truth?
What do you mean deep down you did?
Like, I think that's how he was feeling. I think he felt I should have told him, Mom and Joe are fighting because of X, Y, and Z, and, you know, it's nothing to do with us and we're okay. But I didn't. I would just say, oh, I don't know. That's how he is. And I feel like I should have been more open with him. But I felt like in the moment I was like almost guarding and protecting him from seeing some of those things.
Yeah. Is there something else you need to see here?
No.
Is there another important day you need to see?
I feel like my wedding. I feel like I should have expressed more um, the way that I felt at my wedding is almost the same way I felt with the last clip. Like I did the same thing. I just said, "Oh, it's okay, I understand." But deep down, I was hurt. I still had a fun day. I had a fun time with my husband, but I felt really hurt that my mom left. I felt hurt that my brother got drunk, and I felt hurt that my sister cried and didn't she couldn't enjoy my wedding because she was so focused on her own feelings with my brother-in-law passing. I just really thought my wedding would be something so beautiful with my family, and it was with my husband and my in-laws, but it wasn't with my parents and my siblings.
Why is that important?
I think it is important because I felt like this is a huge accomplishment for me. I have a person that I feel like I'm beaming when I'm around, and it just made me feel like my family couldn't take one day just to celebrate my life and what I've accomplished. And I just felt like I couldn't be my true self around them because I constantly had to be asking them, like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? When it was supposed to, what I felt was like my day to not have to have those worries.
So why'd you do that?
I think I just did that just so they would feel good because I felt strong enough that I could handle it. It didn't matter, even though it did matter. I felt like I knew them leaving was actually hurting my mom probably more than it was hurting me in the moment because I could feel her like coming up to me before I even seen her to tell me they were leaving, and just like I think she felt sad and embarrassed and ashamed because everyone's seen that she left.
You don't think she wanted to?
Mm-mm. I don't think she wanted to leave at all. And we danced so much that night. Me and my husband had so much fun.
So you enjoyed this day?
I did.
even though they left.
Yes. The day itself, I felt was beautiful. I felt was just, there were so many people that showed up that I would have never imagined. Um, and the fact that we had a DJ that people paid him to stay for hours later. That's how much people wanted to stay and like celebrate with us. And the feeling of, I just felt so much love and so much peace that day. And even though they left, I didn't let it ruin the moment. It definitely affected me afterwards. But like in the moment, I just didn't, it wasn't a worry. It was just like, because I knew whether they stayed or left, I was going to have so much fun. And we did. We danced and we laughed, and it was very peaceful.
Something else you need to see here?
I don't think so.
Let's drift away from those times. We're drifting and floating away from those times, leaving you there to continue on that journey. You will find peace. You'll find what you're supposed to find. You chose to bring those for her to see. Why did you pick those?
Those memories were, I think, those were deep trauma wounds that inflicted a lot of emotional um, emotional baggage that I think I've been carrying and I have never released.
What was it in particular about the first memory of seeing her mother and her grandmother? Why'd you show her that?
I showed her that because that's where it started.
What do you mean?
That's where she truly started seeing just the effects of trickling trauma and seeing that her mom is strong but doesn't stand up for herself.
Why did you want her to see that?
I want her to see that so she can learn from that and know that she is not her mom. She is stronger and she has a lot of love to give. She can't think she's going to go down other patterns of other parents because that won't happen.
Is that what she's worried about?
Yes.
Being like her mother?
She's worried she will fall into patterns like her mother and that she will neglect the people that are close to her without even realizing it.
That's what she's afraid of.
Yes.
There's something else you wanted her to see from that particular scene?
Yes, I wanted her to see that hiding love or hiding situations is actually not what she needs. Hiding her mom's pain and hiding that she went through trauma actually made it worse, where she needed her mom to be open and honest with her. And it made her feel like she couldn't be open and honest because she was mirroring what her mom was doing.
How does that impact her now?
I think now she's not that way, but she's fearing of being that way, fearing of not giving enough love. And the more her mom talks to her and bends to her, she is healing her mom, but I think she feels like she's chipping away at herself in some aspects.
Is that what you were showing her in all of the clips?
Some of the clips I was showing her that, just showing her that you were strong. She was strong. She is strong. And those moments don't define her. She needs to release them and let them go and use this opportunity to, not do the same things, to just have so much love and just to give it and don't fear it.
Has she not been using those opportunities?
She's been blocking them.
How is she doing that?
When people ask her things, she has fear of rejection. She has fear of judgment. So she tries to respond in how she thinks they want her to, rather than what they actually need.
So when you showed her the graduation, what did you want her to see there?
I wanted her to see that her mom was there, but she didn't stick around out of fear, in that even though her mom did that to her and has much regret over it, she will not do the same thing. She won't do that to her loved ones or her son. So letting go of thinking that, just thinking that that's where her sense of not feeling safe came in, not feeling like people showed up.
That was when she started not feeling safe?
Yes, with her mom.
At graduation?
Yes, that was supposed to be the one thing her mom should have showed up for. And she didn't. So although she didn't feel safe with other people, that wasn't something she would ever feel the experience with her mom. And she did.
What did you want her to see in the next clip when she was a teen?
I wanted her to see that she does see her brother and her son as a reflection of each other. And she needs to let go of the fear that her son is going to carry over anger. Her son is safe. Her son is healthy. And she has the tools to help him. And she will be honest and open with him. And just because she wasn't with her brother doesn't mean that that's how the cycle's going to go with her son, because it won't.
But that's what she's worried about.
Yes.
She's worried about her son becoming like her brother?
Yes. She doesn't want her son to have the anger and resentment and depression and all the sad feelings. She doesn't want she doesn't want to inflict that on him.
Why is that fear coming up now?
I think that's a fear she didn't know she had. She didn't fully understand her brother's feelings. So now seeing her son in such a small state, a child state, it's giving her that fear that she didn't do what she felt. She felt she could have done better with her brother, and she's so caught up that it's like her brain, when she focuses on her son, she focuses so much and so much love, but also sees and hears her brother. And it's like she sees them as one because she was her brother's mother. She was the caretaker. She was his sense of safety.
So this was triggered
when her brother told her she abandoned him and left him.
That triggered
it. It triggered it. And then when the daycare situation arose, she should have pulled him. She knew she should have. But she listened to everyone around her, and she didn't pull him. So she has major guilt and fear of questioning her judgment as a parent now.
Should she?
No. Not at all. She is one of the most amazing mothers, and she doesn't even know how amazing she is.
What does she need to do to let go of this fear?
She needs to just love. Don't question everything. Don't worry about finding all the solutions. Just being there, showing up and loving him, and having patience. That's all. That's all she needs to do for him. He looks at her as this shining star.
Will that be enough for her?
If she allows it, yes. She needs to have a conversation with her brother. Whether he understands it or not, she needs to just tell him how much she loves him, and that she doesn't even need to tell him about the past or the what haves. She just needs to show herself she is still connected to her brother, and she still loves him, and he loves her, and just having that relationship, everything else will just fall into a happy place.
You mean like just love him now without
Yes.
thinking about what's happened in the past?
Yes.
It's really helpful.
She doesn't need to feel like she needs to go back and fix the past. The past is the past, let it go. She needs to just show him the love that he needs now, that she's been resistant to show him out of her own fears of fearing like he's going to think she's weird, or just she needs to let go of that and let know he does love her, but he does have some resentment that he's eventually going to let go, and she just needs to be okay with it. Time will heal. He's got to go through his, and she's got to go through hers.
So if she talks to him, that will change the way she feels?
If she talks to her brother, she's going to feel a sense of peace, of no matter how he responds, she's putting that arm out. She's saying, you are safe, because that's what ultimately he needs to.
To know that he's safe?
Yes.
And that she's there?
Yes.
When should she do this?
Soon as possible. And it's going to feel weird. And she's going to feel like she's not going to want to, she's going to like have to send him a message. And then eventually they'll talk on the phone about it, but she needs to either type it or write it, or she has to release it. She has to.
And that will help her anxiety?
It will help her anxiety, and it will help fill that need of, she knows that she can't fix everyone's problems, and she's okay with that. But she feels like she needs to at least put a hand out to her brother. And then whatever he does with it, she just needs to be okay. Be okay with the fact that she is trying and she is there. She feels like the connection with him is gone, but it's never left.
Is that why she's experiencing such intense anxiety now?
No.
What is that from?
Fear. Her brain is, she's definitely experiencing, she feels like she's not in control of her body, and it's amplifying all of her emotions. She needs to get regulated. Something's not regulated.
What's not regulated?
One of her main 3 hormones needs to be looked at. She's going to get pushback from a doctor, and she's going to have to basically, she's going to have to get a little sassy and fight to get answers that her doctors aren't going to want to get tests for. She's healthy, but she has too high of something or too low of something.
What hormone's out of bounds?
Progesterone.
Why?
She's overworking it. And she's doing all the things, but she needs extra help.
She's overworking it. How?
Her stress is amplified. She's had so much stress that now that it's releasing, and she's taking the steps to be healthy, which is working, but it's releasing almost like extra estrogen in her body that she can't figure out how to release on her own. And it's got to go. It's got to get out.
Is that something you can help her with?
Yes.
How will you do that?
She needs relaxation. She needs to really advocate for herself. She's going to experience a doctor that it's a simple fix, but the doctor is going to not want to check some things, and she's going to have to push for them to check. Whether she needs to get a hormone shot, it's something that's going to be temporary, but to get her on the right track.
Why is she having problems with her progesterone?
It's like her cells have stored too much of it, and it's not releasing. And her cortisol levels, her stress levels are off the roof, where she can't calm her brain. She can't calm herself on her own, and she needs assistance with that. And once she gets the assistance, and once she feels like people are listening, when she can calm her body, eventually she's going to calm her body on her own with some help, and she's going to be helping some people with the same issues.
Can you balance that for her now?
I can try, but she has a strong hold where it's like she wants me to, but it's like I'm having a hard time getting in there and doing it.
Where is it?
It's on the left side of her body. It's like I just see a big ball of a buildup of just something that needs to be released, filtered through.
On the left side, where?
Like near her. It's like in the mixture of all three of her organs, her liver, her kidneys, her stomach. It's just like a big ball.
It's a buildup?
Yes.
A buildup of
Estrogen.
estrogen.
She has a whole huge buildup, and it's got to go.
How long has that been there?
Years.
Why is it just now showing these effects?
Her anxiety and all of these triggers this past year. She's been asking for peace, but she's fighting through these traumas that she's going to find peace, but she needs some help getting it out. And the estrogen has been sitting there, just sitting there. And it's like it's so used to being there that now her body's functioning and it just won't get rid of it.
You're talking about the reproductive hormones.
Her estrogen, yes.
How is this connected to her concerns with motherhood?
She has this fear of, if she can't regulate her body, how can she regulate her life? How can she help her son grow if she can't help herself? And she's sitting there researching and Googling and reaching out to everybody for help, and no one's truly helping her. So she's spiraling and she's losing connection with herself, but it's there. She just feels like she's losing it.
She won't let you help her?
She wants to let me help her. She's just crying and crying. Like she feels like she's in a black hole that she can't get out of.
Is she?
She's not, but the emotions make her feel like she is.
So how can we help her with that?
She's got to let it go. She's got to let anger go. She's got to let resentment go. She's got to let fear go. She needs to be around people that feel like she's being heard. She needs a good cleanse, a good sage, a good things that make her feel protection and peace. She needs assistance getting it done.
This buildup of estrogen, is that connected to some of the things that have happened to her feelings of abandonment or feelings of abandoning?
Yes, the buildup has just been growing and growing. And now that she needs to release it, she wants to release it. But she's feeling like there's some like process or way that she needs to release it, and so she's not.
What do you need her to do so that you can help her with this?
I need her to trust. I need her to love and let go. Let go of all the bad thoughts. Let go of the fear. Let go of caring what everyone thinks about you all the time. She just needs to let go. Let go of anything that doesn't serve her. She needs to be around people right now that are making her feel happy, peaceful. She doesn't feel safe. She feels she's been her own safety her whole life. And now she feels like she's taken that away from herself and can't get it back.
How does she do that?
She needs to just know she is safe. There's not a path or a book or anything that's going to show her safety. She just needs to retrust herself. Retrust that everything's going to be okay. She might need help medically. She might need extra testosterone or something to help calm her, but that will be temporary.
But I know that you can fix this for her, so how can we make that happen?
I need to just love her, hug her.
She's not connected to you?
There's a huge distance there right now where she's pushing me away, but she doesn't realize she's pushing me away. She's trying to bring me closer, but she's not.
Does she know you're here now?
She does.
So she is allowing this to happen.
Yes.
Can she allow you to help heal her?
She can. Yes.
How will you do that?
She just needs to feel that I can heal and she will be healed.
Yeah.
You are healed. You can be healed.
What does that look like?
It looks like happiness. To be healed is to feel at peace, letting the weight on your shoulders go, really letting me into your body and just knowing we've got this.
How will you release this estrogen?
I don't know.
How will you move it from her body? Does it need to be removed?
It needs to be removed.
So how will you do that?
She needs to visualize it being gone. Visualize it not there. Visualizing balance within all of her system.
But there's excess here in this area of the body.
Yes.
So it needs to go somewhere.
It needs to filter out.
How will that happen?
I don't know. That's where she's blocking me.
Why?
Fear.
Fear of what? Being healed?
Fear of, I don't even think she fully knows what her fear is.
Trusting you?
Yes, trust is a huge issue with her right now. She's listening, she's hearing, but it's not sticking.
What would help that?
Love. Loving her body. Not just with nutrition, but she has to think it, she has to feel it. She feels like she lost a spark, but it's there. All those great things are there. She just hasn't felt it all month. To her, it's feeling like years.
She'll feel better about that when she leaves.
Yes. She has to allow it.
Will she allow it?
There's a lot of resistance.
Will she allow it?
Yes, she has to allow it.
What will she notice?
She will notice a freeing feeling. She will notice feeling lighter. The heaviness is going to go away. The tingling sensation will go away. She will feel at peace.
Why is she experiencing those physical things anyway?
Resistance. She's trying to heal. She's trying to let go of trauma, but it's not wanting to leave, and she doesn't even know it, but she's resisting it.
She's resisting it now.
Yes.
Is that something you can help her with?
Yes.
How?
Love.
You loving her?
Me loving her loving her, and gaining back her confidence in who she is.
Will she have that when she leaves here?
Yes.
And she'll notice that.
Yes.
She'll notice a difference on her and the intensity of her fear when she leaves here.
Yes.
What will she notice?
Right now she's holding on to it. But she's going to notice she has to let it go. It's not important to hang on to that fear.
She already knows that, though.
She doesn't feel it.
Does she feel it now?
She's resisting,
We change that.
believing, loving, and trusting. There's no magic pill. You'll get through it. You just have to let go.
What's something she can do to help with that? A starting place.
reconnecting with herself.
In what way?
She's saying all the affirmations, she's saying all the positive things, but she's not feeling it. She has to feel it.
How does she do that?
Just by saying it. I feel at peace. I feel connected to myself.
She says it, but she doesn't believe it? Or she doesn't say it?
She believes it. She's saying it, but resisting it at the same time.
She wanted to know if there's something that she should do more for her son.
Interaction. It's okay if he sees her a little upset here or there, but just showing him love, showing him safety, telling him he's safe, telling him he's okay, showing him what it's like. You can have sad days, but you get up and she has to show him that she has to be real.
Like not hide, you mean?
Yes.
Are those things that he's feeling, or are those things that she is worried about him feeling? When you
Both.
say, okay.
He knows he's safe, but he can feel his mom's energy. He can feel her anxiety. He can feel sadness. He's clinging because he's picking up on hers. And he's crying when they leave because he feels like, what if they don't come back? She always comes back. She would never, ever, ever leave him.
But she's worried that she might do that unconsciously?
She's worried if she can't control her body, that could happen. She doesn't want it to. She won't allow it. But that is a fear that she's been feeling, fear she's been projecting, and she's got to let that go.
You mean a fear of her own death? Or what do you mean?
A fear of not death, but a fear of like being here but not feeling like she's here. Like her
Like
body's
not
here,
being
but
present?
yes.
So if she's not present, she's not with him.
Yes.
I see. So the more interaction that she has with him, the more she can be present with him.
Healthy interaction, yes. But she needs to be her too. Be a mom, but she has to have calmness. She has to be able to take steps away and breathe and be her own individual at the same time.
Does she know who that is that she wants to be?
No.
I don't think that was any of her questions. You have some help on that? Who is she?
I think she feels like she's can only be one thing, but she's many things. She's a wife, she's a mother, she's a friend, she's a daughter. She has a lot of people absorbing a lot of things from her right now. And she needs rest. But she's not getting rest. Even when she sleeps, she's not resting.
Why is that?
She's dreaming, she's thinking, she's waking up in the middle of the night, checking on everyone.
Is that because of her fear?
It's part her fear and part she just started doing it after she had her son. And she's never regulated her sleep again.
That would explain the hormones too.
Yes. She She doesn't feel like I see her, she's been praying, she's been asking for a good night's sleep, and it's not happening. It's even when she's not thinking of anything, she's constantly dreaming. She's constantly traveling.
Why is that happening? Where is she going?
She's going and traveling and feeling like she's got to help other people, and she can't. She's got to focus on this world. She's got to focus on her now.
Is that traveling a part of her purpose here?
Not necessarily. She is here to help people, and she is helping people, but she doesn't need to travel to other worlds and other universes. She doesn't need to be doing that. She doesn't even know she's doing it, but she is.
And you think she needs to stop doing that?
Yes.
How can she do that? She doesn't even know she is. Is that why she's feeling so disconnected?
Yes. She's picking up on lower vibration, and she's picking up on people that need help, but that's not her purpose to help them right now. There's a person really weighing her down that she doesn't even realize she's thinking about, but she is.
And she knows who that is?
Yes.
How is he weighing her down?
His energy is like clinging to her, but he's also disconnected himself from a lot of people for a lot of selfish reasons. And now that people have acknowledged those, how he is, he doesn't want to face it. He doesn't want to acknowledge it. And she's feeling it. She's sensing it. And it's not serving her purpose. It's not her. He will be healed. He will be helped. But it is not for her to feel like she needs to do.
So what should she do?
She could connect to him and reach out, and she needs to find a way to speak out loud and disconnect that energy from herself. She didn't ask for it, but it's there. He really respects her, and I think he's almost jealous of her husband in certain ways, that he wishes he had relationship stuff. He wishes he had the confidence that Dustin has, and he doesn't have it. So he's projecting a lot of his insecurity, his feelings towards their relationship. And he doesn't even see them or talk to them, but it's there.
Is someone that's been in her life for a long time?
Yes, it's been in her husband's life for a very long time.
When did he start weighing her down?
A few months ago.
Is there anything else she needs to know about that?
She needs to do her best to talk to her people about it and disconnect it. He has to learn certain things on his own. He sucks people's energy, and it is not her place. She needs to know that she doesn't need responsibility for whatever he's thinking or whatever may or may not happen. It is not her responsibility.
She knows who her people are.
Yes.
How does she make her relationship stronger?
Communicating, and she needs to open up that intimacy level. She's blocked it out of fear of being rejected, but he would never, ever reject her. He loves her so much that she could do the weirdest thing and he would never reject her.
She doesn't know that?
She knows that, but from past relationships, she's holding on to being rejected, and it doesn't serve her purpose. She has to let that go. It doesn't matter.
there something else she needs to know about that?
Just love and grace and communication. They're fine. She has nothing to worry about.
Why is she worried about it?
I think she's feeling he's needing and wanting more intimacy that he didn't even realize he wanted or needed until after they had a kid. And after they had their son, he sees her in a totally different light, but in a good light. Almost like he sees her shining brighter and brighter. And he wants that connection from her, but he didn't always give it to her. So she pulled back, and now she's gotta relearn to open back up.
Is there something specific you could tell her that would help her with that?
Just simple things like trying to ask him how his day is more, or showing more interest in his hobbies, showing more interest other than just talking about their son. Talk about him, himself, his individuality, rather than just being a dad and a husband, like who he is as a person.
She needs to talk with him about those things.
Yes. Nothing crazy, just, you're going hunting this weekend. Good luck. What bow are you using? What gun are you using? Do you need any new hunting gear? Like, he doesn't care if she buys anything for him. He just cares that she's interested in what he's interested in. He's a simple person.
This will help her?
Yes.
Okay. She wanted to know why certain people trigger her anxiety.
Those certain people, she has fear because they've been in her life a long time and she doesn't want to cut them out. But taking a healthy break, she thinks she has best interest, but she doesn't. She's projecting everything of her life onto 24/7, and it is not healthy. And the reason it's triggering her is because she doesn't have much energy to give to others right now. She needs to rest. She needs to heal. And eventually they can talk. But right now she needs space and she needs distance. And that's why it's triggering her, because it's got to teach her you have to back off from people like that. You have to set boundaries. And with Jared, she can do that. With Heather, she knows what she needs to do. She just fears doing it.
Why?
She knows that Heather will retaliate, doesn't like to hear things she doesn't want to hear, and she pushes back. And she pushes back hard and is always giving in to her. Even when she says she's not going to give in, she gives in. Everyone around that knows she has the potential. She is a good person, but she's sucking the energy away from her.
So
She
like at
cannot
different
heal.
frequencies right now.
Yes,
How long of a break does she need from her?
a few months.
Do you have a suggestion on how she could go about that way? Easiest?
Honesty.
Okay.
And Heather won't like it. She will take it as an insult. She will take it as she will take it hard, because one of her only true people in her life, probably actually the only person in her life that is truthful and honest and gives her genuine love. Her siblings don't. So she crutches on her, and she's got to learn to stop.
And Crystal will be ready to do that when she leaves here.
Yes, she's been ready.
Okay. What about her career?
She's fine. She has worries. She has doubts. It's a good place to be if she's wanting to just coast through a career and focus on her family.
Does seem like that's what she wants.
Right now, it's what she needs.
Okay.
She doesn't need, she can do hobbies. She doesn't need an extra worry of finding a new job. Her boss isn't trustworthy. She knows that, but she still finds herself opening up to him, even though she's like, why did I tell him that stuff? He doesn't keep things to himself. He he filters the gossip in the office, so she just needs to be more aware of what she's telling him and how she's telling him. But as far as her job, she's fine. She's secure. She's good.
She had a big question here asking if she's safe.
She's safe. She thinks she's not because of the anxiety. It will surpass
When?
today.
And she'll notice that.
She needs to just stand outside, let some deep breaths out, and let it go. She's got to let it go.
And she's ready.
She's ready.
And it'll happen.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Is there anything else she needs to focus on with her health?
She needs more protein. She's doing the steps to lose the weight. She's getting kicked out of insulin resistance right now. She's been questioning if she's in it. She was in it. But her stress, she wants to eat. She wants to feel healthy, and she is eating, but she's not putting the proper nutrition in her body. She's fearing the system she just started, and there's nothing to fear.
Is there something else she needs to know about that?
She needs to learn that or understand, which she already knows, social media can be a great thing and a bad thing. But when you're seeing health products, don't just think they have the best interest for you. Do your research. Talk is the one that is going to help advocate for her hormones. She is going to be the one who is helping her push herself to advocate for those answers. Even if a doctor is fussing about it, she's got to just keep pushing, keep pushing is what she needs to do.
One last question that she had on here was, how does she manage her relationship with her mother?
She just needs to keep loving her mom, but she needs to be more honest with her mom. She needs to be okay with being vulnerable in front of her mom. She doesn't fully open up to her mom because she doesn't want to add more pressure or emotions to her mom's situation, but really she's hindering it. The more open and honest she is with her mom, even if she doesn't acknowledge it or she doesn't say it, she is healing her mother. Her mother is living a healthier lifestyle, watching grow. Watching relationship with healing is healing her mother. Watching be a mom is healing her mother.
Mm.
She doesn't agree with all of tactics. She thinks she's overbearing and uptight, but deep down she sees what's doing is actually working. So she will throw her judgment out, but don't take it to heart and keep loving her. And she needs, Crystal's mom looks at Crystal almost like a mother figure, but she won't say that, she won't show it, but she feels it. Crystal is teaching so many people in her family things she doesn't even understand that she's teaching them. And her mom has been making improvement. She has been making jumps. And it's okay if she's not where I think she needs to be. Just showing her the love is what her mom needs.
Is that something that she was aware of already? Or you're just
She was
sharing with
aware
her
of
now?
it. She's been aware of it and she knows it, but she didn't want to acknowledge it because it's her mom. Her mom is so, so special. And even though her mom inflicted a lot of trauma and sadness and pain, she doesn't look at her mom as a victim. She doesn't look at her mom as, she doesn't have anger towards her mom. She has sympathy and compassion, at times frustration. Sometimes she wants to shake her mom just for her to like see it, but she knows that won't work. She knows her mom is going to have to put in the own work for her own situation.
So she just needs to model it.
Yes. The way that Crystal mirrored those emotions when she was a kid is what her mother is actually going to do now. It may not look like it, but she's actually doing it and she's actually thinking about it all.
You mentioned that she was chipping away at herself a little bit ago.
Yes.
I noticed that she also used that terminology when she was talking about her PAPS.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
She felt like a part of her was taken, whether or not she wanted more kids or not. She felt like that is part of her womanhood, and she felt ashamed that she had issues going on that she didn't connect the dots to. She felt that she felt almost dirty because the doctors told her she might have HPV, she might not. There was no clear answer. She felt like she did something wrong. She's not dirty. She didn't do anything wrong. She felt like she picked the wrong partners back in the day, but they all taught her something and she taught them something. She felt guilt of not being 100% honest about the procedure. She accidentally said the wrong procedure, and the way that her mother-in-law reacted, she felt like she couldn't go back and tell her.
What do you mean?
She felt like even though she didn't intentionally lie, she didn't intentionally say the wrong thing, she was worked up when she was talking. And then once her mother-in-law started talking and giving her feedback, she almost shut down and felt like she was like, okay, well, I'm safe, I'm fine, so this is just what it's going to be. But when she started experiencing anxiety, any little thing that she's ever felt guilt on has been popping up.
And that's one of the things.
Yes.
What does she need to do to make sure that that doesn't continue to cause challenges?
Nothing. She just needs to let that go.
Okay.
Her mother-in-law doesn't care. Her mother-in-law, she knows. She's said her own fair share of things out of miscommunication or fear or just fitting in. It doesn't matter. She doesn't need to go and address that. I can feel her fear about even talking about it, and it doesn't matter.
It's okay.
Yes, it's
Let
silly.
it go.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like her to know while we have her in this state?
She just needs to trust the process, feel the love, let go of resentment. She doesn't fully understand that she's feeling resentment, but she is. And when she wakes up, she'll acknowledge that and she's going to let it all go.
And she'll notice it.
Yes. She wants to feel light. When she walks out your door onto those steps, she wants to feel wind and she wants to feel calm. And she will.
Yeah. And she'll notice it on the drive home.
Yes. She keeps showing me the freaking bridge.
Yeah.
And I'm telling her it's stupid. Let it go. There's no fear to that.
And you're showing her what you want her to see with the bridge?
Yep, I'm showing her driving across it happily. Like, look, see, I did it. What did I worry about? That's what she needs to feel like. She needs to acknowledge that she can get through it. Even if she's got to like call someone, even though she doesn't need to because she's fine. Yeah. If that's her security blanket just for today, that's fine.
She will notice a difference in the intensity as she leaves here. When do you anticipate all of this sort of going away? Is that going to be now?
It needs to be now.
Okay.
She's going to feel maybe a little discomfort, but she's going to snap back into reality. Like, this,
it's not needed.
yes. When she goes to the doctors and they say whatever they say to her, they're not going to want to, they're not going to want to feel that she knows what she's talking about, even though the doctor knows, Crystal knows what she's talking about. And she knows that she's got some levels that just need to get out of her body and pass through. And the doctor's going to try to tell her, you're fine, your levels are fine. And they're not fine. So she might have to push for extra blood work. She might have to push to see what her thyroid is. But the doctor's going to look back at her and be like, well, you were right. So through that process, she might feel.
So you need her to go through the process of working with a healthcare practitioner specifically so that that can happen? Is that what you're saying?
She just needs to go through Thursday.
Okay.
But the future, she's not going to need all that.
Yeah.
She might need to feel a temporary relief or like relaxation, because she's not getting the relaxation she needs on her own. But she is not crazy. She doesn't have any diseases. That's not a thing. She needs to.
Well, I assume that fear will be gone now too.
Yes.
What about, I know when we were talking a little bit earlier, she was talking about this feeling in her throat. Is that gone?
Yes. That is a feeling of trauma. That is a feeling of all of the fears that she has experienced. That was a feeling of her whole entire life. Things that she's been resenting or been thinking she got through, thinking she worked through it, but she didn't. That feeling in her throat was almost a suffocating feeling that it's released, it's gone, she needed that.
And so that's gone. She'll be okay with that now.
Yes.
So a lot of that was just you needing to kind of speak out for her, or what?
Yes. Okay. She needed to release those memories. If she didn't release those specific memories, she's trapping the trauma in her body, and it's got to go.
But it's gone now.
Yes.
Is there, can you help her with that at least tonight, the night's sleep?
Yes.
She'll notice that tonight.
Yes.
Anything else you want her to know while you have her in the state?
I feel like she needs to hear more that she is loved. She knows she's loved, but she's going to go home and she needs to just hug her husband, hug her son, and feel the vibration. Her home is her happy place. That's where she can find her peace and healing. But right now she hasn't felt that way, but it's gone.
She'll be able to recognize that now.
Yes.
Be more present with that.
Yes.
Why did you bring her here?
She needed to see that she can do it. She wasn't going to talk about certain traumas, but because she didn't even know she needed to talk about those things. She didn't know being in prison, in a way, she swept those emotions under the rug. She didn't intend to do that, but she did. And all of that emotion triggered back to everything else in her childhood with her dad. Her dad's not an issue. He was an issue, but that's not who's trapping her. It was that is who she felt like was her dad.
How does she, because obviously that's still playing a role in her relationships, how does she move forward with that?
Well, now that she's acknowledged those emotions, she can move forward.
Okay.
She can continue to show love to him, show grace to him. She doesn't need to have a wall. He knows that she knows who he is.
And she's not holding on to what the relationship was prior now.
No.
She'll be able to look at it from where she is now.
She's let it go.
Okay.
She's let the resentment go. She's let it go. And she knows that, like her real dad, those feelings, they can't make her feel any type of way. She understands her mom will never leave. Her mom will end up with for the rest of her life. So for her to have peace, she just needs to keep a balance of not being around him too much, but also showing him the kindness, because he wasn't shown kindness and he hasn't let go of things from his life.
So they have their own lessons they're working.
Yes. And even though he was grooming her, she got away, and he knows that, and that's why he inflicted so much pain on her and so much suffering, because he had his own fears of her knowing, and he knew she knew what was happening. So
why did she need to go through that in this life experience?
She needed to see that she advocated for herself. What happened with her dad, even though she was a kid, she felt those feelings. She knew those feelings were there. She knew before he did something, what he was going to do. And she was the same way, except the difference is she broke the chains with him. She made him realize, she made him see a nasty part of himself.
Yeah.
And he projected that on her. He made her the outcast.
And she didn't go through it again.
Yes, and she never will. Her son will never go through that. That was part of her journey. That was part of what she needed.
It's very beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Anything else I can do to help?
You've done what you should do.
Well, thank you for bringing her.
You're welcome.